Hi and welcome to yet another quick review. So this one will be about the BMW R1200GS Adventure model year 2016, specifically about the geometry in front of this bike. So some of the people complain about too aggressive reaction to the user inputs on this bike. When I change the tires to Heidenau K60s in the rear and in the front, I noticed that as well, that the bike was too nervous, not very stable on a straight line as well, probably because the rear tire is a little bit actually bigger, the actual size, not just the dimensions written on the tire, when a standard street or road tire this bike comes from the factory. I noticed that the problem is better if I sit further down the saddle or lean a little bit backward when I initiate a turn, when it felt better. And when I read the specifications on the BMW website for this bike, I noticed that rake and trail are very aggressive, so they even more aggressive on like a Fireblade, and that doesn't really help this bike, which is supposed to be like a little bit more relaxed, I guess, just to provide better stability. So to fix this problem, because I cannot change much, so I cannot adjust the length of the shock, it is not adjustable. This is the dynamic ESA version. I cannot change the preload in the front, I cannot adjust the length of the fork. The length of the shock in the front. So what I did, and I cannot always, I cannot change the link here, which would be a better option, just to move this point further to relax the geometry in the front. So what I did is I actually increase the length of the fork by moving the bottom fork legs down by approximately 5 millimeters in here, both sides, and that raised the front a little bit by 5 millimeters, and that seems to be enough to provide good handling, much better handling characteristics than it used to be with a standard position of the forks. I'm not sure how far I can go here, because the forks are actually getting thinner, so that point over here, so the diameter decreases. So I thought, and I think that the 5 millimeters is not too big of a difference, so it will still hold quite well, will not distort this clamp, but probably another couple of millimeters would provide even better result. But actually now initiating the turn feels much more stable, much less weight on the front than before, with small change provided, and I think the bike is much more stable now and more pleasant to ride. So I think a message to the BMW, if they watch this, what you need to do something with a front suspension link, this one, you need to make it longer actually, to increase to relax the steering geometry. So the fork angle should be not as steep as it is right now, and more trail would be really helpful, but at least about 100 millimeters of trail would be better for the stability. And to the rest of the riders, I guess if you try this, what I did, just move bottom fork lengths down by like several millimeters, yeah, that would really help. So thanks a lot for now. I hope that was helpful, and cheers.